Hello everybody, we're back here on The Hunter Called Wild, and just when we thought they weren't going to show off anything else, they showed off some in-game screenshots of some of the new Great One pheasants. Now, at this point, I'm so confused. I don't know what they're doing with these great ones. Originally, it was said that we weren't going to get to see any of them until we find them ourselves. Then right after that, Jaxie Beard said on stream, yeah, we showed off the concept arts, but we're not going to show them off in game. Then literally the next day, we get these screenshots posted on the Hunter's Twitter. So yeah, I don't even know what they're doing at this point. I guess they're showing them off. I guess they're showing them all off, which, hey, I'm fine with that. At least we get a good look at what to expect out of these pheasants. And I gotta say, I'm impressed, man. They are really fancy looking. They've got super fluffy legs. They look incredibly beautiful. And a lot of the ones that I didn't really like in the concept art, I like a lot more in these images here. So I'm excited for what they're all going to look like. They didn't show off 4 of them. They only showed off half of the pheasants. So we didn't get to see all of them, but half of them have been shown off. The one you're seeing right now is the citrine. This is one that I said I probably would end up liking quite a bit, and I do still really like it. But as we get through these, you guys are going to see some others that have kind of surprised me, so stay tuned. So like I just said, this is the citrine. Very beautiful. You can tell that it's like super bright and yellow. Got some of the oranges in it, a little bit of white. And it also has like a little tuft on the back of its head that looks a little bit different than what we expect out of the normal pheasants. And the most notable feature, the super fluffy legs. My gosh, that is amazing. That reminds me of a lot of the like fancy chickens that I used to own growing up. We had a lot of the chickens that had the fluffy legs, and some of them looked just like this. So that's really cool to see. I do like the fluff on the legs. Now let's take a look at the next one. This is the emerald. I gotta say, I was hoping for a little more like bright green. So I am slightly disappointed that the emerald isn't as bright as I had hoped for, not as vibrant, as like shiny and pearlescent or iridescent or whatever the word is. But I gotta say, it still looks pretty good. I still do like it. I was just hoping that the greens would be a little more prominent and a little more bright, but it's still very, very pretty. I'd be very happy if I got this. And again, it's got the fluffy legs, but I think it's got even more fluff from what I can tell. I feel like they went with different levels of fluffiness on the feet for each variation, and kind of the same for the tuft on the head. I feel like the tuft on the head is a little bit different. Yeah, it's 100% different. I'll try to show that on screen right now. From the citrine to the emerald, it's 100% different. That's cool. I really like that extra touch where each of these pheasants has very different levels of like plumage fluffiness on the tuft and the legs. Very cool. Now the next one is the sapphire. This one is looking even better than the concept image. I gotta say, this might end up being my favorite or second favorite, because holy crap, this is beautiful. It's like a more extreme version of the melanistics, which is exactly what I wanted out of it. Now, this one has a very different type of tuft on its head as well. You can see the plumage kind of comes out of the sides of the head and not so much in the middle. So this one's very different from the others as well. And the legs do look to be, you know, similarly fluffy as the last one, but I'm sure there's probably slight differences that we won't notice till we actually get like better angles so we can see them from like all angles. But the one that surprised me the most out of the ones they showed off is the obsidian. I did not expect the obsidian to look so pretty. The obsidian was probably one of my least favorites before because it just didn't look that special to me in the concept art. But I gotta say, the difference between concept art, which you guys are seeing right next to it now, I'll pop it up real quick. The difference between the concept art and the actual in-game is crazy. Like, this is gorgeous, and it's probably one of my favorites. You'll also notice there is no fluff on the legs for this one, so, or at least it's very minimal, you know, it doesn't go down as far. So that's another nice little touch, a nice extra feature of these Great One pheasants is there's actually quite a bit of different characteristics between one and another. You'll also notice that with the obsidian, it's got these like black streaks on the, oh gosh, what are they called? Like, the wattles? I believe that's what they're called, is like wattles. Okay, yeah, just looked it up. They are called wattles. I'm used to like, you know, chicken terminology because I grew up on a chicken farm. So yeah, it seems that they are called the exact same thing on a pheasant, which makes sense, I guess. So let me know in the comments which one of these is your favorite now that you've actually got to see half of them in game, because I think this really changes a lot of my opinions on the Great One Pheasant. I think the Obsidian has now become one of my favorite instead of one of my least favorites, and the Emerald is like slightly less high on the list than it was before. Whereas stuff like the Sapphire and Citrine sit about where I expected them to. They look very similar to what we saw in the concept art. Overall, these look incredible, and I cannot wait to get one of these Great One Pheasants. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And leave a comment letting me know which one is your favorite of these 4 they just showed off. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!